I have seen Honorable Titus Glover. It appears that you have an army of wise men supporting you. You've conducted yourself well in Parliament. You are a respected colleague. I don't see why Honorable Toyo should be so close to you as if there's going to be a problem. I have some few questions for you, which may take some 2 hours, but don't panic. Don't panic. By your good conduct, I'm sure we will reserve those questions for another day. Congratulations. I don't have the power to discharge you, but I'm sure Chairman is going to discharge you. Have a blessed evening.
Thank you very much. Let me use the opportunity to acknowledge our revered chiefs, former members of Parliament, former ministers present here to give moral support to the minister designate for Greater Accra. Honorable Minister nominee, you will surely hear from the committee. You are hereby discharged.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Please. Our revered guests, please, we are left with one more nominee. So kindly give us the opportunity to take him. our revered chief, we are going to take the last nominee for the day. So kindly help us.
Okay. It's true. I'll get closer. I know. Thank you. Hey. Good, yes. My body was.
Zoom right here in my house. Hey!
Look up there. Why are you using inferior pen?
It was a mistake. I no check.
Akrobetu, I'm going to knock you out.
I know, sir.
You deserve quality.
Don't make mistakes. Stop.
You did the right thing.
When you are going to buy a paint, don't look left, don't look right. Go straight and grab the luxury and luxury paint. No be any paint, be paint.
The luxury acrylic paint.
Paint me champion.
I love President Charcoal. Why?
When there are so many other charcoal toothpaste.
That's both charcoal and lemon.
Oh, does it?
Yes, look right here.
Yes. Pepsodent Charcoal has two of nature's powerful whitening ingredients. With the power of activated charcoal and lemon essence, it removes stains and whitens teeth naturally.
Convinced?
Well, I am. Just look at your beautiful Pepsodent smiles.
For naturally whiter teeth, Pepsodent Charcoal.
Pepsodent. Come on. Let's go.
Darling natural twists blend with her hair over time.
Yeah, that's perfect.
She's really more beautiful every week. Darling natural twists get better every day, just like you.
You're looking for a bank to rely on. Let me give you a shoulder to lie on. We do we seek out to bank baby, no lie. Only one place where I get my eye on. Make I introduce you all to First Bank, the best services in the world, first rank. Customer service, everything is well planned. I make music, I travel, I sell land. They be my reserve tank. Cause every time I know my money's safe. Universal banking ain't in me here any date. I'm a busy person, me no need time to wait. Now I got to Spain, even when I'm in the States. My me blue shirt. They tell me office a chilly, but who cares? Cause I bank with the best. I'm lucky, I'm too blessed. When it comes to First Bank, it's too west. Everything is you first.
Nobody feel do I'm like us. Do I'm like us. First Bank we treat you first. Treat you first. Think about you first. Think about you first.
You first. First Bank.
Good business means seeing the possibilities and maximizing opportunities. Making sure you have a responsive support system backs your business goals. A partner that gives you a stable platform with reliable connectivity and seamless solutions, and better understands the tools required to take you to the next level. With so many moving parts in running a business, we do our best to provide you with some stability. The only kind of stability you can find with MTN Business Broadband, the fastest and most reliable internet provider in Ghana, making sure you stay ahead and stay connected, because we understand what makes your business tick.
Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh or call or WhatsApp 0244 308 111.
MTN.
Here, my role is to do the necessary questioning. So don't take it personal.
Yes,
is that okay?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And you are not under cross-examination. Is that okay?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Were you told of your date of birth? And have you had cause to doubt your date of birth?
Mr. Chairman, no, please.
Have you ever changed your date of birth, or it's been so since you attain the regular age of knowing your date of birth?
No, please, Mr. Chairman.
On your CV, you have talked about your employment history and all. Share with us your private sector employment history.
Mr. Chairman, I started work with CDH Insurance. And then from CDH Insurance, I moved to Phoenix Insurance. I moved to Benefits, and then from Benefits to Phoenix. At CDH Insurance, I started work as a business development officer, and then I moved to Phoenix as head of broker relations, and to Benefits as head of broker relations, and to Phoenix as head of marketing and branch operations.
So it appears that although you are a 78 born like my good self, you had the benefit of the O and A level.
Yes,
correct. You sat the common entrance at class 4 or class 5, which is which?
I sat the common entrance at class 5.
Class 5. Now, share with us You had the experience of being a deputy minister. How has that prepared you for this new role as a substantive minister?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As a deputy minister, I was assisting my minister in policy formulation and overall leadership at the ministry. So moving to this new ministry, I'm going to use the skill that I got as a deputy minister as a place. Thank you.
You appear tense, so let me bring some humor here. You stated in your hobbies, golf, which I know for a fact, and then live band music. What's your favorite?
Mr. Chairman, both, but I think golf is...
I'm saying that for the golf I know.
Yes.
So we are not going to golf.
Yes.
I don't want to know
yes.
What is your handicap and all. I'm not talking about your handicap. I'm asking your favorite music, the live band you're talking about.
I'm actually, with the locals, I prefer Lumba.
Which of his songs? Which of them?
Yeah, no, Srekwa.
Okay, so go ahead. Let's try.
Mr. Chairman, the truth of the matter is, I'm not too conversant with the words, but I just enjoy the...
Yes, so do the movement. Yes, go on with that one.
Mr. Chairman, is...
It was just to, Kenneth.
Yes, Mr.
Just to help you to take it easy. Your last vetting was a deputy minister.
Yes.
And it's been some time now.
Yes.
You are an Ashanti, are you?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Mother Ashanti, father Ashanti?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
From where exactly?
Mother from Trede, father from Asante Achim Agogo.
Oh, Asante Achim Agogo. So yes. You know Asante Bompata?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Oh, very well. I'll leave it there. Chairman, I think I have nothing useful to add. I wish the nominee well. I will yield now to my respected colleagues, Honorable Boama, Honorable Asenso, Obri Yeboah, and then, not the least, my good friend Kwadwo Nkrumah, my fancy brother. And now, Kwadwo, your fancy view. Very well, Chairman. I think I'm done with my work. Honorable, when everything is done, you hear from the committee. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable Kwadwo Nkrumah, you have the floor.
Chairman, thank you. Kenneth, congratulations on your nomination.
Thank you, Mr.
Schedule. I have two main questions and then possibly some follow-ups. The first has got to do with housing. We've got a housing deficit of about 1.8 million units, and there's a lot of intervention from the private sector and the public sector, but it appears a lot of it is only happening in the urban areas. Recently, there's been some more work on intervening in the rural areas through the district housing program. My question is, what is your view of this program, this approach, and what are your plans for it, if any?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I think the district housing policy is a laudable one. It's a laudable one because it brings affordable housing to the people living in the district and in our rural areas. Mostly, when people are transferred to rural areas, they hesitate, basically because where they will stay is a problem. So I believe that if we continue with the district housing policy, it's something that will help a lot. And our Ghanaians in the various districts are going to benefit from that. And Mr. Chairman, also, most people want to retire to their villages, but the issue is where are they going to stay? But if we have this policy, it's something that will help. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. I'll move to a second question, still in the area of housing. And it's to do with the financing of housing interventions. Senso was there, I was there, a few other ministers have been there. One of the challenges is that you're often waiting for money from the finance minister to do interventions, and it's difficult in the current fiscal framework to find funding. Do you have any thoughts on how to find alternative financing to push the housing agenda? Because you may have the best of plans, but if you can't find the money, you'll be stuck. Any thoughts in that area?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, given the opportunity, I will leverage on public-private partnership to attract investment and expertise from the private sector. I would also, given the opportunity, I would also partner with the private sector and key actors such as GRIDA and other international organizations to come and support the housing sector. Thank you.
Yes, go ahead. You're very last.
Thank you, Chairman. My final question is in the area of coastal protection. A good chunk of Ghana's coastline requires some intervention because of the climate challenges that we are facing. I want to understand from you the kind of briefing you have so far on the coastal protection challenge and how, if this Honorable House gives you the nod, you intend to approach it perhaps a bit differently from what we have done in times past. Chairman, that will be my final question.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I got briefing from the ministry, and Mr. Chairman, let me read what the pointers that I put together. I noted that about 84 kilometers of coastline has been protected now. And about approximately 347 kilometers of our coastline is at risk. So it's a big issue. But sea defense, asking how to protect our coastline, is expensive. And it's actually GOG kind of support that we use to work on it. So given the nod from this house, we will look at alternative arrangements to see how best we can embark on that and bring and solve the rest of the coastline issues that we have. Thank you.
Chairman, I'm grateful for the opportunity and I wish the nominee well.
I give the floor to Honorable Senso Boachi, former Minister for the sector.
Honorable former Minister wants to sip water before.
Honorable former Minister, having taken water, be brief. And let your questions be cool like water.
Yeah, thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair. Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Mr. Kenneth Adjei, first of all, let me congratulate you
for your nomination as Minister for Works and Housing and Water Resource. Honorable Chair, the nominee has been given an enormous responsibility because his ministry actually provides responsibility for 2 of the 3 needs, basic needs of man. That is shelter and water. So his nomination speaks volumes of the confidence and the trust that the President has in Honorable Ken Adjei. Because the ministry is so important to the general economic development of our country, the past government, the Nana Addo Dankwa Kwadwo Bawumia administration, embarked on 2 important legislation to improve upon the housing market in Ghana. One on the rental housing and the other on home ownership. The first has to do with the Rent Act, which has been on the drawing board for many years. Mr. Chair, if you recall,
address the chair and proceed to ask the question.
Mr. Chair, if you recall,
your question.
Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, I have to lay the foundation.
Please, you don't use ages for the foundation. Please,
otherwise, I will not be able to ask the question. I will not be, if there's no time for me to ask the question, I'll be glad to pass it on to. Yeah, I have to lay the foundation for the question. I mean, what was this? Then there was Mr. Chairman. Then there's no need for me to ask the question. Let's give it to another person. Because I have to lay the foundation. I can't be brief. I have to lay the Rent Act is a very important one. And all that I want to say is that some efforts have been made to legislate to revise the Rent Act. And I just wanted to know from the nominee if he's been briefed and what he can do to fast track it. It's a very simple question, but it's important that I lay the foundation. The question was not going to be a hard one.
Honorable nominee, have you been briefed?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I was briefed that the bill was sent to Parliament, but wasn't finalized. If given the nod, I'll review it and then we'll send it back to Parliament. Thank you.
Your further question, please.
Honorable Chair, the question was not, even though it was important that we lay the foundation. The next question, Mr. Honorable Chair, has to do with the big elephant in the room, which is the rent issue. In Ghana today, if you want to rent a place, the law says that you can't charge more than 6 months. But we all know that that is not the case in practice. Landlords charge 2 years advance and all that. And if you are just graduated from school, you cannot have the money to pay 2 years rent advance. Under my leadership as housing minister, we introduced what we call National Rental Assistance Scheme. Today, that scheme has helped pay rent advance for 2,600 beneficiaries. And the default rate is 0. Means that the program is going on very well. What it means is that government will need more money to support the program so that a lot more people can benefit. But in the era where we are talking about budget cut, expenditure cut, I just want to find out from Honorable Ken how he's going to help improve upon this program and also get more resources to fund the program so that more beneficiaries can get the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Before you answer the question, I thought today we have big elephant. You say big elephant. Today we have big umbrella, not big elephant.
Honorable Chair, no matter how big the umbrella is, it can never be bigger than the elephant. Yeah.
We can have umbrella bigger than elephant.
Self-dementia.
Honorable nominee, answer the question.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I'm aware of the low interest rent advance scheme that our party, the NDC, is also coming up with. And I'm aware of that of the National Rental Assistance Scheme that the NPP brought. Mr. Chairman, I've been briefed that the National Rental Assistance Scheme has been piloted in 6 regions so far. If I get a nod and I get to office, I will review it and then merge the two. Thank you.
Do you have a further question?
No, Honorable Chair, except to wish Honorable Ken Adjei all the best. And I know that he's going to go through this nomination and deliver and provide results for the benefit of the good people of the country. Thank you.
Yes, but take note that these days is a big umbrella, not elephant. I'll give the floor to Honorable Adjei.
Thank you, Chairman, for the opportunity. Mr. Ken, let me congratulate you on your nomination by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. I have no question. I have known you since. I know you might have, the face might be looking something, but it's the same Agyekum. I know how hard you work, and I know how good you have worked as a deputy minister. From your response, you have made it clear that it's transfer of learning. What you have learned, what you have practiced, what you know is what you are going to bring on board. And I know you will do well. I wish you all the best. All I will say is that don't forget about the rural areas. Don't forget about the women. Try as much as you can where women are mostly and accommodation is needed. Try and support, notwithstanding which party or which color, so that at least the women will have a space to be able to work. Their children will have a space. You know how we women are. So I would just say congratulations. I wish you the best, and may the Almighty Allah protect you in your designation. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Well, I'll proceed to recognize Ritana Odelesoa.
Thank you, Chairman. I wish to congratulate Honorable Kenneth on his nomination by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the President of the Republic of Ghana. I know you will deliver, but as you go into office, I wish to request that when we are putting up facilities, we should not forget the persons with disability, so that we make our facilities disability friendly. May God guide you and lead you. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Very well noted. Thank you.
Thank you. I recognize Obenewaa, Honorable.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Congrats, Honorable nominee. I've known you for about 25 years now, and I know you are very competent, and you will definitely excel. I, however, have some few difficult questions for you to answer. Honorable nominee, some contractors have raised concern about their unpaid certificate for works executed for Western housing. As a sector minister, what mechanism will you put in place to ensure that these issues do not keep coming up? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The issue you are talking about is of great concern to me, because contractors take loans for their contracts. If they are not paid, it becomes an albatross on their heads. When I get a nod and get to office, I'll call for those files. We'll review it, and I'll have a conversation with the Honorable Finance Minister. We'll see how best we can raise funds from other sources, and then arrange with the contractors and see how we'll pay them. But I understand what they are going through, and the NDC government will ensure that we satisfy them. Thank you.
Any further question?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Please go ahead.
Honorable nominee, successive government, in an effort to provide suitable accommodation for public servants, entered into joint ventures with private developers to use their own resources, given the state's limited financial resources. In return, government engrosses leases on some lands, known as Demis lands. As a sector minister, are you committed to advancing and sustaining these laudable initiatives?
Mr. Chairman, can you kindly come up with a question again?
What I mean is that, by virtue of the fact that government always have limited resources, they enter into a joint venture with private developers. These private developers will use their own resources, and in return, government gave them land to compensate whatever cost that they have incurred. I personally think that this is a laudable initiative by your ministry. Are you going to continue on?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That, I think that's the redevelopment scheme is what you are talking about. The redevelopment scheme is a good scheme. That is, if only we go by the brain behind redevelopment. Because the brain behind it is that you see old housing, maybe a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom house on 2 acres of land. Meanwhile, population growth is just going high, and we need more houses for people. So if the houses are taken, if the lands are taken, and they use it to build more houses on that land for more people to have use of it, then I think it's a good thing. But when I get to office, when I get a nod, we will look into that. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Honorable Chair, that will be all.
Very well. I proceed to give the floor to Honorable Patrick Yaugwama. Boma, I beg you.
Chairman, I'm entitled to 10 questions, you said.
Because the available rank. Allow. It's not yet right
here. 7 plus.
By now, you should have asked 2 questions.
Chairman, this is a very important portfolio, Chairman. A very, very important portfolio. We are not tired. We are not. But we'll close at 10. Honorable Adjei, congratulations, Ken. I'm sure the OAS boys are happy, but it's not a good school, but we'll take it like that. I'm sure the Premper boys are itching to hear your response to some of the questions. Anyway, I'm sure you're aware of some $200 million facility that the MPP administration secured for the Odo project. and an additional 150 million. A lot hasn't been achieved, especially with the usage of these funds. Have you been briefed on this? And what do you intend to do to ensure its execution? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I got an initial briefing on the Garrett project, and I was told that 200 million was initially taken, and then later the ministry came back for 150 million. When I get to the office, I'll call for the file and look at it and ensure that they complete the project, because this is a project that the money is there. So we need to push for it to be done so that it will benefit Ghanaians. Thank you.
Thank you. There are a lot of files to be called, Honorable. I'm going to run you through some list of water projects that the previous administration also secured funding for, and also ask you what the interventions you are going to make because of the debt exchange program. The list of the projects, those lists of projects have stalled. Wenchi, Tachiman, Sunyane, Tamale, Damango, Yendi. They've all stalled because of the debt exchange program. I'm sure the people in those areas shouldn't wait for the resolution of the debt exchange program, and they want to hear from you that some of your immediate interventions to ensure that they have access to potable, clean water in those communities. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I will look for other sources of raising funds, and I will have a conversation with the Honorable Finance Minister. We will sit and discuss it and see how best we can raise funds to complete those projects. Thank you.
Thank you. Having received my letter revoking my appointment as the board chair of Ghana Water Company, I'm sure after this vetting, Dr. Callistus will send a release to Ofosukwachi that he's been terminated, or the new terminology now is revoked. Read very well. Ghana Water Company, if government contracts loans through Parliament from the executive, it's on-lended. The on-lending goes straight to Ghana Water Company. As a result of this, Ghana Water Company has over 6 billion cedis on its books, making it very, very difficult to enter into some partnership or raise financing to service some of the obsolete pumps and undertake some routine maintenance of pipelines and some extension works. That's a big issue you'll be encountering. There's also a challenge with the desalination plant at Teshi, which I know there's some arbitration process that has been triggered because of some issues with Obenewaa and some other partners. You'll be notified. Would you consider privatizing Ghana Water Company like it's done elsewhere? It's not a single utility company that provides water. Ghana Water has over 1 million customers. Will you consider sending a proposal to Cabinet, where in the UK they have Thames Water and what have you, South Africa, Rand Water, and a lot of utility companies? It cannot be that a country like Ghana, we have over 30 million people, 33 million, relying on Ghana Water to provide urban water supply, and Community Water and Sanitation Agency providing rural water supply. Will you consider, and it's very, very important to look at that. Government is saying they are going to privatize ECG. Will you consider, given the situation in which we find ourselves in, to privatize Ghana Water Company Limited? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I will consult stakeholders. We'll have a stakeholders meeting, and then we will decide on that. Thank you.
Any further question?
I heard the nominee saying that he's going to consult stakeholders. Stakeholders. The decision is government's. Government is 100%. Well, Ken, I like your answers. Very short, brief. Let me ask my last question about housing for security services or agencies. There's been some initiative to provide very decent accommodation for our security services. It's a partnership between your ministry, God willing, when you are giving the nod, and some private developers to ensure that they are giving very decent facilities to live in. The agencies want to hear from you whether you continue with this very laudable initiative. I'm sure you've been briefed. Some of them are around Hachu, North Legon area, and some other areas. Out there, security officers or police officers live within the communities, but in Ghana, we've grown to accept the fact that we must house them within one catchment area. What will be some of your strategies to ensure that we provide for these agencies? Thank you. Decent housing facilities.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, it's in the NDC manifesto that we will be constructing new, I'm actually reading it. We'll be constructing new housing units and refurbishing dilapidated and abandoned security houses, homes for our people in the security services, i.e. the Ghana Armed Forces, the police, immigration, and the prison officers. So it's something that we will definitely take it up. We will look for funding and ensure that we do it and get good accommodation for our men and women in uniform. Thank you.
Chairman, since I was asked to deputize for the ranking member, I don't know if your vice chair has questions.
How many more questions do you have?
I'm done.
Okay.
But I was asked to deputize for the ranking member.
Yes.
And if the ranking member speaks, there's a vice chair who comes in, then you come in with your... Chairman, do you agree with that? Well, Jerry wants to ask one question. I've given him,
Thus, you are permitted by the available ranking member to ask one question.
Mr. Chairman, congratulations, sir. So in Agyekum, we have the Wager Dam, but we have had issues with water flow for close to about 4 or 5 months now. And the people who are also just closer to the dam are also threatened by a court matter. Honorable Patrick Yabuama knows about this. I had to call him one of the days to intervene. What assurances are you giving us with water supply and then to continuously live in our homes? This one, if you don't help me, the Agyekum people, they will come after you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll get the details and then we'll see how we resolve it when I get to office. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The deputy ranking and deputy minority leader is here. She wants to make a comment, so I will give her the floor.
Right, thank you very much. Maybe I should also disclose here that is my son. I've known him for much longer time than I could imagine. And I've always known him to be very calm, very highly respectful. He's a very selfless person. And I know that most people know that he's somebody who can really perform. Somebody who is a good listener is always someone we should always target to serve the needs of the people. So I'd like to congratulate you and urge you on that the good qualities that you've exhibited out there, let it be your hallmark, and then pursue this ministerial appointment with a lot of success. Thank you very much.
Yay! Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I have usual questions that I've decided to ask all nominees that appear before us. So, proud to your coming to be vetted. Before or after your nomination, did you have a direct contact with me or indirect contact with me?
No, Mr. Chairman.
Did I ever demanded money either directly or by phone as a condition for you being vetted and approved?
No, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. And I must commend you that I have received an external report. And this is the way you are described. You are selfless, dedicated, committed, hardworking, obedient, calm, respectful, and not quick-tempered. Please, keep it up.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I proceed to recognize the presence of Mrs. Portia Edna Adjei, spouse of the nominee. Andrews Nana Kwesi, Ashanti Regional Chairman. Nana Agyekum Difie II, Queen Mother, Asante Mampong. Honorable Ocloo Adams, Managing Director, Ghana Water Company Limited. Nana Nubin Sra III, Tredehini, Bafo Adjei Fosu II, Otumfo Anantahini, Kofi Atamils, son of former President J.E. Mills, Dr. Kobana Dufour, I believe is Kobana Dufour Jr., Suleimana Kasim Imam Ekwima Fowasi, Lawyer Samudin Mohammed Kamil, and all parliamentary aspirants from Ashanti region. You are welcome. Honorable nominee, you hear from the committee and you are accordingly discharged.
Thank you.
Honorable Chairman, your announcement, please. Announcement.
Honorable Chairman, honorable members, tomorrow we intend to take 2 reports for today and yesterday on about 8 nominees. Tomorrow We'll be dealing with the allegation made by Obenewaa. So the committee has taken a decision not to sit and vet. Members to be vetted tomorrow would be rescheduled accordingly. Thank you for your audience.
One bucket of Flamingo paint is equal to several buckets of any other paint brand on the market. Flamingo paint, superior durability, superior hiding, superior coverage. Flamingo paint, simply superior. You know, one bucket of Flamingo paint is equal to several buckets of any other paint brand on the market. Flamingo paint, superior durability, superior hiding, superior coverage. Flamingo paint, simply
Whenever you fly to space or take your first step as baby, Soft Care always stays with you.
New Soft Care Space Series is rooted